A high standard of excellence, clearly, from head coach Michael Malone. Also, a high standard of excellence for our guest right here, who was at the Paramount last night. We welcome Brad Williams to the program right now.
Hey, hey. Thank you guys for having me, and thank you to the amazingly talented people in the gift shop that found a toddler-sized Nikola Jokic jersey. This is absolutely amazing. It can fit all your children. Well done.
I was actually going to toss it to you and say, so you're a comedian, tell us something funny, but you already did that without me even having to do that.
That's okay, yes. I am a comedian, but I got to fist bump Jokic right before the game. I don't know if that's now a good luck charm, if you guys got to fly me out every time.
Every game.
I don't know.
Need you here every game.
I don't know if Jokic knew who I was. Maybe he thought I was a Make-A-Wish kid. Like, I'm not sure why he gave me the fist bump, but he did, and apparently was the good luck charm that you guys needed. So all credit for this win goes to me.
Well, and
there's no doubt about that. And look, the Nuggets have a game here on Friday, so you're staying over then, right?
I will let you call my wife and tell her that I'm staying in Denver and having mile-high beers for another 2 days. Okay. Good luck with that. She's a Taekwondo champion, so I really don't.
Oh yeah. Well,
well, we will not be telling her that.
I don't win any arguments at all. I never do.
So you took the first shot tonight.
Yes, and I did miss it, but all I could say is at my height, that's basically like a three-pointer.
We have a replay for you.
Like, I'm throwing it twice as far. Look at that. I am tiny. Am I really that tiny? My goodness. But yeah, I think that's like, yeah, and I banged a drum. Now, your reporter there jumped, and I think the way he hit me, the way I lined up with him based on his height, I'm now part of the LGBTQ community, and I'm very proud of that, so pride.
You clearly have dance moves, too. I mean, you set the tone.
Why not?
For all of Nuggets Nation.
Who doesn't love a dancing dwarf? You all saw a dancing dwarf. I'm pretty sure you all get 3 wishes now. Those are the rules.
And it's not just the Nuggets. You've been at Broncos games. So talk about your fandom of just Denver teams.
Yeah, so I'm a lifelong diehard Broncos fan. I am. I named my daughter Elway. That is true.
Wow.
Yes. She doesn't look like him, thank God.
You danced there too.
But yes, yeah, because I think it's a great name, and that's what we named her. And I've told John, because I'm friends with him now, and I go, please just don't mess up the name. You know, I've named her after a Hall of Famer. I hope it's not a situation where it's like, you know, there's probably somebody out there that's like, yeah, this is my son. I named him after my favorite comedian in the 80s. Say hello, Cosby. You know, like that's not so much fun. So I really hope it's not a scenario like that. But I'm a lifelong, diehard Broncos fan. I'm so excited that we're back. I'm a believer. Bo-Nose football, hashtag eat a bag of Knicks. Okay, that's me right there. And I'm thrilled that the Broncos will hopefully be back in the playoffs. We got to play the Chiefs backups this weekend, rooting for them. But it's just a great time for Denver sports, obviously, with the Broncos doing what they're doing, Nuggets doing what they're doing. Come on, Rapids, let's pick up the pace.
They had a pretty good season.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was going off the dome on that one. I should have said the Rockies.
So that's fair. How did you become a Nuggets fan?
I became a Nuggets fan just because you guys are such an exciting form of basketball. Like, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, so there's a certain team that wears purple and gold that I've been rooting for most of my life.
We don't speak of them here.
Totally. I said a team. I didn't say which team. But you guys are just a very exciting brand of basketball. I truly believe Jokic is a top 5 player of all time. He's very unselfish. He always makes the right decision, whether that benefits him or not. It always benefits the team. And I think that's such a valuable lesson to teach the young players that are coming up trying to play basketball. I think if more people played like him, the game would be infinitely more exciting.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Say less.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Say less.
absolutely. Let me just switch gears a little bit, and
Sure.
I just want to ask you kind of how you got into comedy, and give us kind of your road here.
Oh man, I'm 20 years in. I know I look fantastic, but I got started in stand-up. I went to a stand-up comedy show. I was in the audience of a show. I had never done it before, and then the comedians started making dwarf jokes, and half the audience was laughing, and the audience that was sitting by me was like, and the comedian noticed. He's like, "What, is one of them here?" And I just raised my creepy little hand in the air and said hello. And he started asking me questions. I answered the questions honestly. My answers got laughs. I wasn't trying to be funny, but he's like, "Wow, what do you do for a living?" And at the time, born and raised in Southern California, I was like, "I work at Disneyland." And the audience laughed, and then I looked at them and I said, "Shut up, I'm not one of the 7." And got another laugh, and I thought, well, that felt pretty good. And just started doing open mic nights ever since. But the career really started going a lot better when I started headlining the comedy club here in Denver, Comedy Works, which is by far one of the best comedy clubs in the country. If ever you could see a live show at Comedy Works. The downtown club is legendary. Wendy Curtis owns the club, and everything is about the comedy in that club. It's not about selling chicken fingers. It's about having the best possible night of comedy you can. So the people of Denver, between the Broncos, the Nuggets, and having the best darn club in the country, you guys are living a life out here, and I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to keep Brad around for the next segment, but we're going to take a quick break here on Nuggets Postgame Live. When we come back, we'll continue to talk about this Denver Nuggets win over the Atlanta Hawks. 19-point victory to kick off 2025. We have a very special guest right now, Brad Williams, who was in town for his show last night. And you're going on a little bit of a break now on your tour.
2-month break. I will actually get to hang out with my family. I've heard they're lovely people. I will get to meet them. I have a wife. She's tall. Okay. Sorry, I just have to say that. I have to mention my wife is tall. That's how you know I'm really good at my job. People are like, Brad, you're a comedian, but are you funny? Yes, that's who married me. Like it's really great. And then I have a daughter who's going to turn 5 in 2 weeks. I know the joke is, oh, so she's the same size as you. No, because she's also a little person. Ha. Yes. Yes. My wife is Chinese. My daughter is a dwarf. I have an Asian dwarf kid. I don't even know if she's a kid or a Pokemon. I'm not quite sure, but every time I see her, I'm like, I choose you. You know, it's amazing. I love it.
How do you come up with your material?
I have a 2-step process to writing jokes. Step 1, be a dwarf. Step 2, wait. And then just funny stuff will happen to you. There's been times when I've been in Denver and it's been like a snow flurry and people are like, it's no big deal. It's only like a foot of snow. And it's like, well, I'm 4 feet tall. That's a big deal to me. Maybe you guys trip and fall and your knee gets wet. If I trip and fall in a foot of snow, I die. So I'm terrified. So yeah, it's just live life and write stuff down.
I was going to say you're just constantly writing,
constantly,
right? Yeah.
Constantly. And constantly going on stage and trying it out in front of a live audience, and that's what I love about stand-up. It's true justice, in that you're not going to laugh unless I say something funny. So yeah, but it's a great job. I'm loving it, and at 20 years in, I'm looking forward to the next 20 years.
Outside of Denver, what are the best places to do stand-up?
Oh man, so in a few weeks, I'm taking a few months off, but I am going on something called the Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea.
I'm sorry, what?
That is pro wrestling, heavy metal, and stand-up comedy on a cruise ship.
What?
I don't know if I'm going to survive, to be honest with you. My nightmare is that one of the wrestlers sees me and just goes, I could throw him. But that is one of my favorite places to do stand-up comedy because it's just a party nonstop. But all over the country, there's things you can find in all these different cities. And thankfully, because of my job, I do get to travel. I do get to see different parts of the country. And whether it be right here in Denver, or you go to Seattle, you go to Miami, you go to New York, you go to Columbus, Ohio. Like, there's so many great places to perform stand-up comedy now, and comedy's really having a boom. Like, it's amazing.
The people need to laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, and we are happy to provide, and now there's so many great comics out there that are selling out. I saw that Nate Bargatze is going to play this arena and doing 2 nights. He's selling out this arena for 2 nights. Sebastian Maniscalco is coming here. One day I will play the Ball Arena, but we'll just need a lot of screens because no one is going to be able to see me.
What are your notes pages like in your phone?
I'm sorry, what?
Your notes pages in your phone? Is that where you keep all your notes?
I'm pretty sure if I showed you my notes pages right now on this program, I'd get canceled immediately.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just random stuff where whenever I see something, it just kind of pops into my head, and then I go, okay, I think that's funny. I think I could work with that. Okay, so recently, the most recent joke was I bought my wife a king-size bed for Christmas, and we set up the bed, and then we found out that I couldn't get in it. It was too big. So in order to get into the bed, we had to buy those like small dog stairs that go next to the bed, and that's how I get into my bed every night. It's like I'm beating level 1 of Super Mario. Every night. The whole time. It's great.
Brad, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me. And you had me here, and the Nuggets won, so let's
know.
do it again sometime, Denver.
It's trending. It's trending. We're going to have you sign our celebrity wall over there.
All right, I'll sign right about at Jokic's ankle. It'll be awesome.
Perfect. All right, we're going to take another break here on Nuggets Postgame Live. When we come back, we'll dive a little deeper into the numbers of this Nuggets win. Keep laughing.
Let's go.
Because, Brad Williams provided such great laughs for us here.